slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up.
Ready for action are the Bucks. Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr will provide the analysis. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. First, for Utah, pairing up in the backcourt, Trey Burke and Alec Burks. And it's Cantor in at the center, locking down the middle. And it's Hayward, and it's Favors in at the power forward. And for Milwaukee, Brandon Knight is out there with Mayo. And it's Sanders in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And it's Caron Butler. And it's Ilyasova in at the power forward.
Well, the Bucks playing here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center, one of the older arenas in the NBA at around a quarter century. And the Bucks have said they'll leave Milwaukee after the 2017 season unless a new arena is built.
And back to the arena situation here in Milwaukee. This is one of the smaller markets in the NBA. Steve, that can make it tougher to get an arena done.
Well, and there's a potential change in ownership that has loomed over the franchise as well. Obviously, we all want to see the team stay in Milwaukee. A lot of great history here going way back. So hopefully an arena deal will get done.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. The feed now to Hayward. Teardrop shot, count the bucket. And so it's Milwaukee now. And here is Knight. It's Mayo on the way. Shoots. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Mayo's got his first points in this one. So it's Utah now. Now Burke. There's the pass to Favors. He dishes it to Burks. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Butler with the ball. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I briefly spoke with Tyrone Corbin. As far as key factors coming into this game, he said that defense is their focus, and he added, our shot blocking really gives us that anchor inside and the foundation we need to be successful at that end of the floor. That's something we can count on, and of course the rest of our defensive execution is just as important, if not more so. Kevin, it's always defense first.
Doris, thank you. It'll be interesting to see how that defensive mindset serves them here in the first half.
Yeah, it will be, Kevin, because if they come out with the right frame of mind and they don't have much success early, the game plan's going to have to change in a big hurry.
And even so, Steve, I think the defensive approach Doris talked about is exactly the one they should employ.
Now, here's Burks. Brandon Knight missing his last shot. Burke kicks to Cantor. So the whistle blows on the shot and two free throws for the contact right there.
Well, the latest weight loss story for a big man is Enes Kanter. After his rookie season, he decided it would be best to slim down and add some speed to his game. And the word is he shed almost 50 pounds before the start of last year.
The first one falls. You talk about the weight loss for Cantor, even slimming down 50 pounds. Clark, he still comes in over 240 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot of lbs, but it's packed differently now, and he's got a huge frame for such a young player. Physically imposing, dislocated his shoulder late last season and underwent surgery, so we'll see how the rehab goes with that. But, I think he's built to bang and to last and to have an impact.
And Cantor drops them both.
You know, with the players that Ennis had in front of him in the depth chart, he didn't have a lot of chances to show what he could do. It's almost as if he was being groomed like a backup QB would be.
Now, here is Knight. Mayo with it. And Burks picks him up defensively. Mayo, that's good. Here's Burke. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And he gets it to go. Yeah, going back to Cantor, he had to wait his turn a bit with the crowded Utah front court.
Well, you think about Favors, Millsap, Al Jefferson, and Cantor. That's a lot of bodies for very few minutes. So the Jazz making the moves in the offseason, really giving their young bigs an opportunity now here to flourish. What a floor leader he's been at the offensive end.
You know, he's done a terrific job of moving the ball around, sharing it, dispersing it, and running the show.
Now, here's Burke. Hayward passes to Burks. 5 on the clock. Hayward kicks to Burke. No good. And Milwaukee the other way now. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Knight on the wing. Shoots. Here's Sanders. Rejected by Cantor. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
22 seconds on the shot clock.
Here's Butler. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Right side, Butler. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Burke kicks to Burks. Passes it to Cantor. Here is Hayward. Guarded by Mayo. Burks. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Boy, he'd like to have that one back.
Ilyasova sets a screen for Knight. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
I'll tell you what, post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Now, here's Burke. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Burke's got his second bucket of the night. Here's Knight. The lead is 2. To the middle. That's tipped. Burks with the steal. Burke with it. Now guarded by Ilyasova. Burke kicks to Burks. Inside to Favors. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Well, he's a scary guy to go up against just because of how physical he is. He intimidates his opponent. He's going to punish you inside, and you have to be ready physically to play against this guy.
And another thing he's known for all over the league is what an angry shot blocker he is. He does it with an attitude when he knocks it out of the air and sends it behind the shooter.
And that one falls for Favors. And it's tied up with that one.
You know, Utah usually matches up well with Eastern Conference teams because style of play is similar. Both Eastern Conference and the Jazz like to play a grinded-out physical game, and Utah has the bigs and the defensive mentality to thrive in a slower-paced game, and that's why they went 17-13 against the Eastern Conference.
Now Favors. O.J. Mayo missing on the 3. Burke kicks to Cantor. And he uses the glass on the layup. Cantor's got 6 points.
That's right where they wanted to go with the ball on that possession.
On back to the Jazz against the East. Did what they needed to do against the conference as a whole. winning more than they lost, but they also, Steve, had some key setbacks.
And the big one that I can remember was last year when they had that 4-game road trip to the East Coast. They went 0-4, and that was when they saw their grasp on a playoff spot start to slip away. I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Bucks trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
A nice shot by Knight. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
Well, Brandon Knight out of Kentucky is more of a combo guard than a pure point when you look at him offensively. But with his long arms and good athleticism and at 6'3", I think there's a lot of upside for him at the defensive end of the floor. I think he's a guy that could defend 1 and 2s effectively.
Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Knight. Burke with it, and it's blocked by Knight, but they get it back. Clock at 4. Second chance shot. Cantor's shot is off. The Bucks have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. And for Brandon Knight offensively, he's still trying to figure it out.
I think he's best as a spot-up shooter. He does have some point guard skills. He's got some athleticism, but he's really an excellent outside shooter when he's got time to set up.
Now Burks, following Caron Butler's three-point attempt. Burks dishes to Cantor. Now here's Burks. He's guarded by Knight and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
A different look for Utah. Andres Biedrins is checked in for Enes Kanter. Jeremy Evans comes in for Derek Favors. And Marvin Williams subbed in for Gordon Hayward. The Bucks trail. Here's Knight. Feeds it to Delfino. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. For Utah, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Pass to Biedrins. Dishes it to Burks. With the shot. Releases from the wing and drills it. And the Jazz lead by 2. The Bucks have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Kicks it to Delfino. The turnaround Jay, and another basket for Milwaukee.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
Now here's Williams. He feeds it to Biedrins. Back to Williams. From the arc. Milwaukee with the rebound. Fast break, Milwaukee. Mayo's running, so they take the lead. Mayo's got 10 points.
Excellent transition passing there, guys. Straight to the hoop.
Burks off a pick from Burke. Burks, the pass to Burke. No good with the triple.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Here's Delfino. Biedrins pulls it in.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. I think it happens far too often.
Pass to Evans. He kicks it to Burke. The dish to Burks. The feed to Williams. Lock at 6. Hits it from three-point range. Williams has got his first 3 points of the game.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Mayo off the pick from Pachulia. Mayo kicks to Delfino. Shoots the 3. Good on the shot. Delfino's got 7.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
Brandon Rush. He's checked in for the Jazz. Milwaukee in the lead. Now, here is Knight. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his first personal foul.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bucks.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And they're getting good balance offensively, too, because they're starting to knock down that mid-range jumper.
And that one falls for Knight.
While never a lock for the playoffs, the Jazz were in the driver's seat for a playoff spot up until the All-Star break last season. However, after the second half kicked up again, they just couldn't beat the teams they needed to and lost a lot of ground, letting the Lakers back in the hunt.
Knight hits them both. Of course, the Lakers would eventually pass them up during the final days to snag a playoff spot, but Steve, as you said, it was just a poor run of games for the Jazz right after the All-Star break that did them in.
Well, it would have been nice for this young core to gain some valuable playoff experience, but they did pick up a couple of first-round draft picks. They continue to add talent to this deep roster, and I would think it's just a matter of time before they're back in the playoffs again.
They get the rebound. Evans, and that one is stuffed right through.
Rudely thrown down after the offensive rebound. He is ramped up now.
He is, you're right, and you figure this game might come down to a few of those effort plays.
Always does, Kevin.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Seems like that kind of a contest tonight.
Now, here's Ridnour. Ridnour gets a screen from Pachulia. Outside Delfino. That's good. And it's Ridnour picking up the assist. Delfino's got 10 points in the game. Ridnour against Lucas. And Rush kicks to Lucas. Shot clock at 6. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. 1:22 left in the first quarter. Ridnour gets a screen from Pachulia. They set the screen. Ridnour with it. Now defended by Lucas. Right for 3. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Now here's Williams. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Williams has got 5 now. There's 49 seconds left here in the first quarter. And here is Ridnour. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at assist as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team.
Here's Rush. Outside Williams. And there's the pass to Lucas. And now here comes Ridnour leading the break. Count that one.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Let's see how long they can keep it going. This is quite a start.
To the right side. Rush dishes to Evans. Evans off the pick from Lucas. Evans passes to Lucas. Stolen by Henson. Shot is no good. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first. Back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, Steve and Clark, your thoughts?
Boy, the offense has been so smooth. Everybody working together. And you can tell they're getting good shots pretty much every time down.
Yeah, they're a well-oiled machine there. I mean, they keep the ball moving, they keep themselves moving, and as a result, they're piling up the points.
Sanders with the steal. Ridnour against Favors. And Ilyasova kicks it to Ridnour. He dishes it to Butler. 5 to shoot. Williams with the steal. Now Rush. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Passes it to Lucas. Six to shoot. Here's Hayward. Rejected by Sanders. And he recovers it. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Hayward. Ilyasova, a screen on Lucas. Feeds to Sanders. Pass to Delfino. Down low. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, I think Larry Sanders is one of the most improved players in the league, guys. I don't know where you stand on it, but, you know, he led the league in ejections, too, with 5. He's got to control and manage his emotions a little better.
Back to Sanders, he said he's taking steps to keep his composure, not getting to other players and feel the wrath of officials. Those technicals were piling up.
Well, Kevin, he's already made some nice strides in his approach to the game, just eating right, getting to the gym early. You know, you really have to learn how to become a professional, and I think Sanders has made that next step.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, one of the bigger improvements last season, as I saw it, was Larry Sanders transforming from a specialist role player into a legitimate starting center. I mean, he always had a knack for defense and blocking shots and rebounding, but he polished up his offensive skills enough to be an impact player at that end of the floor.
Sanders hits them both. And for Sanders, some of his improvement offensively was just sticking to his strengths, finishing around the rim.
Yeah, he improved his shot selection. He's always played with a lot of energy, but I think his decision-making was the reason he finished 3rd in most improved player voting last year.
Nice young player for Milwaukee. Now here's Favors.
Surprisingly, the Bucks were one of the better teams from the East against the West last season, 14-16, which was better than most teams in the East, and part of why they were able to make it into the playoffs.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. First free throw is good. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Bucks leading by 7. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Ersan Ilyasova, a rare breed, a stretch 4 who's also a big factor on the offensive boards. Ersan said, "That's part of my game, to be active. Some nights you aren't going to hit those shots, but if I have this in my pocket, just go in there and crash on the offensive glass. It's all about second effort." Guys?
Well, it seems he can do both, Doris. His role is steadily growing, too. And Ilyasova kicks to Butler. Hayward with the ball. Now guarded by Ridnow. Burke dishes to Hayward. Kicks to Cantor. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, you look at the flex offense that Utah utilizes, and it requires that players, one, be versatile and multi-skilled, but also that they have good basketball IQs. You need to be able to screen and read defenses effectively. And that's not easy, but it's certainly a good way to play if you've got the right people.
He misses the free throw. And Clark, back to that flex offense you were talking about. Some players come into the league with the bad habit of standing around when they don't have the ball. Steve, that's not going to cut it in the flex.
No, it keeps you moving. It keeps the ball going. A lot of screening and cutting. It's a great offense, and it's difficult to cover. But I like what you said. It teaches the young players how to play as well.
That one is no good.
The Bucks actually made it back into the playoffs last season, but it wasn't because they were dominant at home. Only 21-20 at the Bradley Center. And those 21 wins were the fewest of any team that played in the playoffs.
Now here's Burke. O.J. Mayo missing his last shot. This is to Burks. Inside to Favors. That's good. Favors has got 5.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Now here's Sanders.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
Milwaukee shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
Well, guys, you go back to last season, and this is a team that hit just 74% of its free throws. I know they'd like to see that number go up.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
And he sinks the second. Here's Burke. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Favors passes to Burke. He feeds it to Cantor. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Cantor's got his 3rd basket of the night. Ridnour with it. He kicks to Ilyasova. And he hits the jump shot. And the Jazz call time here.
Guys, there were a lot of questions about what went wrong for Utah last year as they saw themselves slip from a middle-of-the-pack playoff team to being on the outside looking in at the playoffs. One reason was their play on the road.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Tyrone Corbin was giving to his team. He said to his players, we can do a lot of damage if we get more aggressive about driving the lane and taking it into the teeth of this defense. He also wants his players putting pressure on the defense with early offense, lots of shots, and an aggressive approach in general whenever they've got the ball. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. As you said with the Jazz last year, getting wins on the road a big problem for them, and they just couldn't keep up in that category. They'll Steve, with other teams vying for a playoff spot.
Yeah, they finished 13-28 on the road, and that was what kept them out of the postseason. They just have to improve in that regard this year if they're going to get into the playoffs.
Bucks leading by 4. Here's Ridnour. Outside Mayo. Pass to Sanders. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Sanders has got 5 points in the quarter. Jazz trail by 6. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Sanders has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Jazz have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Nice ball movement by Utah. Oh, that's blocked. Ridnour kicks to Ilyasova. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. From 15 feet away, and another basket for Milwaukee.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Utah's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Burke. The Jazz with another miss. Milwaukee leading by 8. Ilyasova sets a screen for Mayo. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Mayo's got 14.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Burks dishes to Cantor, and he gets it to go.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Now, here's Ridnow, covered by Burke. On deep, Ilyasova. Burke grabs the miss. Jazz trail by 8. To the wing on the left. And Utah again with the bucket.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open man and play unselfishly. This is true team basketball we're seeing.
Now, here's Ridnow. Off the pick. And it's off the back rim. No good.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick. Just couldn't get it to fall.
But, Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
For Utah, they've gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Burks. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Now just a 4-point Milwaukee lead.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Here's Ridnour. The feed to Ilyasova. That's good. And it's Ridnour picking up the assist. Ridnour's got 4 assists in the game. Now the dish to Favors. The pass to Burks. Pulls up on the wing, and there's another one for the Jazz.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
You know, Burks is a shooting guard by trade, but last season, guys, he showed that he could handle the ball and run a team in a pinch. Not something you'd want him doing all the time, but it's nice to have that as a plan B or C if you need it.
An easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
Over to the wing. Here's Burke, and it's blocked by Ridnour. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. They get a hand on it. It's off his leg. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. And Burke's very quick and very athletic, even standing 6'6". He's able to stay with most point guards defensively.
Yeah, a bit of a late bloomer physically going into college at Colorado, but excellent athleticism. And I love the defensive versatility that he provides to their team.
Now, here's Burke. 6 points for him. Lock at 6. Williams attacking. Nice D from Delfino. Bucks leading by 4. He dishes it to Pachulia. Passes it to Knight. Now here's Henson. Knight kicks to Pachulia. Here's Mayo, and he banks in the layup. Mayo's got 16 points.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Burke kicks to Burks. Beatrice with it. Now guarded by Pachulia. Now here's Burks. He's covered closely. The shot's good by Williams.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Milwaukee's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. That's good. And that's now 18 points for O.J. Mayo.
Fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Burke with it, and it's Knight picking him up. Williams kicks to Burks. No good from outside. Bucks leading by 5. With the teardrop, but he stays with it. It's Delfino outside, and it's good. Delfino's got 13.
Well, Delfino's a good player, Kevin. He's not somebody you think of when you think, oh, you know, can he take over a game? But he's pretty explosive offensively. And he's a guy who, if you fall asleep on him, you know, he's going to score. He'll find some shots from deep and also driving to the basket.
Right, from deep, and from deep on the baseline, too. You put him down in the corner, and he just doesn't miss. Here's Pachulia after Alec Burks has scored. Pachulia the pass to Mayo. And he gets the bucket. Mayo's got 20 points. Jazz trail by 8. Outside Williams. Williams gets a screen from Beatrice. To the paint. Burks dishes to Burke. Feeds it to Evans. 1:31 left in the first half of the game. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Utah. Lucas comes in for Burke. There's 1:26 left in the first half.
Last year, the Bucks were undersized in their backcourt, but that didn't hurt them because they had shot blockers throughout the rest of the lineup. You know, and that always covers up mistakes that guys might make on the perimeter or bigger players taking advantage of perimeter defenders in Milwaukee.
Bucks leading by 6. Knight kicks to Delfino, and it's blocked by Beatrice. 52 seconds left to play in the first half. Williams passes to Evans. Outside Williams. And that is good. And now just a 4-point Milwaukee lead. Clark, as you said with the Bucks, they had wanted to establish themselves as a defensive-oriented team, so they did load up on a lot of players who can protect the rim, and Steve, it showed.
And that was a good thing, too, because they also loaded up on perimeter players who couldn't guard the perimeter. So there were a lot of opportunities for block shots for guys like Larry Sanders. This was a strange team last year, Kevin, but they did fight hard and get into that 8th spot and make the postseason.
Now here's Evans. 20 seconds left in the first half. Tries to save it. Milwaukee's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Outside Mayo. With 1 on the clock, and he sinks the layup. Mayo's got 12 now in this quarter. And so that brings the first half to a close. Bucks ahead, up by 6. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Gentlemen, I'm here with Brandon Knight. And Brandon, how do you break down this game so far and what you guys need to do in the second half?
You know, we're moving the ball really well right now and, you know, really finding an open man. So, you know, I got to congratulate my team in the first half just on, you know, moving the ball and really playing unselfish. And but the main thing is getting stops, and it's going to come down to getting stops to win this game.
All good things to sustain for the second half, Brandon. Thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's Wednesday night. We're almost over the hump. This is the 2K Sports Halftime. Out in Milwaukee, the Bucks taking care of business against the Jazz. Their passing has been the key. Great playmaking all around. Through 2 quarters, O.J. Mayo's in complete control. He's already racked up 22 points. He's been getting it done on both ends of the court. Look at the assists, look at the rebounds. It's all adding up to a great first half. And the Jazz still keeping at it. They've been relentless attacking the rim, dominating in points in the paint, and the bodies down low have been banging away. A sensational first half for Alec Burks. Consistent shooting from the field, making well over 65% of his shots. Not a lot of guys put up a half a basketball like that. And we'll be heading back to the court for the rest of our coverage as we go to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Really an incredible game from O.J. Mayo.
Yeah, he tore it up on the offensive glass in the first couple of quarters. Love the effort you're getting out of him.
incredibly persistent, which is what it takes to be a successful offensive rebounder. I should know. I used to eat a lot of glass in my day.
There it is, guys, that Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
And the Bucks with possession here after the basket by Utah. Butler kicks to Sanders. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Trey Burke, the National College Player of the Year at Michigan last season. He led the Wolverines in points, assists, steals, and blocks even. And, of course, led them all the way to the NCAA championship game. He's basically a winner. That's what he is.
And he knocks down the first one. And Burke declaring for the draft, Clark, after his sophomore season in Michigan.
Yeah, he was driven to be an outstanding player coming out of high school. A little under the radar as a high school player, but had a laser focus on developing and maximizing his ability. Spent 5 to 6 hours a day in the gym over the summers, and you've seen the fruit of that work.
Sanders hits them both. So it's the Jazz now. 6-point game. And here is Burke. Favors inside, working on Ilyasova. Favors can't get it to go.
And are they ever working inside? Good job on the glass.
Excellent job on the glass, Steve. I agree. I mean, they're battling in there. They're fighting, they're scrapping, they're clawing, and they're getting the job done.
And stolen by Burke. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. A second chance effort. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Cantor.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
A nice shot by Knight. Knight's got 11.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break gave him a second win. He looks fresh.
Pass to Hayward. Wide open. No good off the front iron.
Nobody anywhere close to him. Where's the defense? He's got to make that shot, though.
Shot's good from Butler.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Jazz trail by 8. Burke kicks to Favors. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Here's Burke. Banked in off the glass. He's got 8. Now Knight. He's got 11. Inside. Here's Sanders. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got his 8th assist here tonight.
And they've made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Burke kicks to Burks. Dishes it to Favors. And there's the foul. It goes on Ilyasova. That'll be his second foul of the game. Utah calls timeout.
You know, during the season before last, the Bucks' problem had been offense. They just couldn't put up points consistently, and even when their defense would hold up, they would simply get outgunned by teams. They decided to change that by trying to be more of a transition team last year.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Tyrone Corbin was going over with his team. He talked about their postgame, saying, we've got this defense stretched out, and if we can make solid entry passes into the low block, the points will come. He told them also they should be swarming to the basket at the offensive end. He wants a lot of bodies inside. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Knight for 3. Rebound, Utah. Favors got 6 rebounds here tonight. And back to the Bucks, actually led the entire Eastern Conference in pace and were 3rd overall in the NBA. Steve, only teams that were ahead of them were the Rockets and Nuggets, 2 teams you always think of running.
Well, it makes sense for the Bucks to have played that style last year. You had that backcourt of Ellis and Jennings, a lot of speed and quickness. They later added J.J. Redick, so he had shooting. So they had to play fast. It made some sense, but in the end, you know, they've made some changes in the offseason, and they're looking to get better.
Bucks leading by 6. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Knight for 3. It's rebounded by Derek Favors. Favors got his 7th rebound here tonight. Burke kicks to Favors, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
Well, that's how you send it. 2 hands and hammer it down.
Knight with it. He's got 11. And here's Mayo for 3. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Larry Drew's huddle. He told his guys that they have to improve their defensive rebounding, saying, quote, second chance points can kill us. We need to be more aggressive boxing out. And I think all his guys were in agreement. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Now, here is Knight after the miss from Hayward. Back to Knight. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Ilyasova dishes to Mayo. Knight for 3. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
The defense sagged off, and, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that 3.
Here's Burke. 8 points for him. Kicks it to Hayward. 6 to shoot. He feeds it to Favors. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
And maybe that'll give this team a little bit of their edge back.
Knight passes to Ilyasova. And again, it's Milwaukee converting. Now, here's Burke. He kicks it to Burks. Cantor dishes to Favors. And he gets the bucket. Favors got 15.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Outside Butler. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. And the Bucks lead by 11.
Their three-point shooting since halftime is about as good as you could possibly ask for, guys.
Now's the time to put the pedal to the metal, boys. Keep firing those deep balls and build that lead up.
Now, here's Cantor. Here's Favors. That is good. Favors got 12 now in this quarter.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
It should be easy to correct, though, if you start making the right rotations defensively.
Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Favors has got 14 points here in the second half. Bucks leading by 10. And here is Knight. He's got 14. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Jazz trail by 10.
It was a hot start last season for O.J. Mayo and Dallas, guys. A lot of people wondered if he finally turned the corner and become the star that people had expected when he was the 3rd overall pick back in 2008. But his hot shooting wore off a bit, and by the end of the season, Coach Carlisle was starting to question his effort.
Hayward kicks to Evans. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And for O.J. Mayo last season, still some positive signs. A career high in three-point percentage. One of the better years from the field. And I think the Mavericks really enjoyed him on their team.
Well, it seemed on the whole that the year went very well for him. He opted out of the final year of his deal. Picked up a new multi-year contract. So we'll see how he continues to develop.
And that one misses.
Well, and Jeremy Evans, the 2012 slam dunk champ, he may have come up short in the slam dunk contest last year, but boy, did he put on the show. Dunked over a work of art that depicted him dunking. Very meta.
No luck that time either. And Jeremy Evans, 6'9", only about 200 pounds, but he is a high riser.
Yeah, great finisher around the rim. And tell you what, he's light, and maybe that helps him get so high off the floor. But it's fun to watch him in the open court.
Here's Burke after the made shot from Delfino. Burke, the pass to Evans. Down low, here's Hayward. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Hayward's got 6 points.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
Burks dishes to Hayward. Good. Hayward's got it back down to single digits for the Jazz.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Now, here is Knight. Burks covering. One-on-one here. Burke kicks to Williams. Stolen by Henson. Now, here's Knight. He's guarded closer. Pass to Ridnour. Here's the lob to the hoop. And slam dunk by Henson.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Jazz trail by 10. The feed to Williams. Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Ridnour. Now Burke, 8 points for him. 4 on the shot clock. Evans, good.
Look how well he led him there with that pass.
Milwaukee leading by 8. Knight passes to Pachulia. Back to Knight. The dish now to Delfino. Takes a 3, and he gets it to go. Delfino's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Now, here's Burks. He's got 12. The pass to Burke. Outside Williams. Out left to the wing. Taken away. Here's Delfino. 18 points for him. Shoots. And the shot is long.
You're not doing your team any good forcing a shot like that one.
No, I agree. He's got to know better than that.
Burks dishes to Burke. Evans outside. Out left to the wing. Burks kicks to Burke. Clock is at 3. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Burks got 10 points in the game. Now, here's Ridnour. Covered by Burke. Ridnour, that's good. And the Bucks lead by 11.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
Here's Burke. And Henson pulls it down. Now, here is Knight. Defense right on him. To the inside. Pachulia. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time.
You know, in Larry Drew's case, it was a bit of an unusual situation once the season concluded. He was in the final year of his deal. The Hawks said we'll interview other candidates and left him free to interview for other head coaching positions, and he landed in Milwaukee.
Williams against Ridnour. Passes to Pachulia. He dishes it to Ridnour. Feeds to Pachulia. Here's Knight. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Well, Stephen, back to Coach Drew, of course, he ended up signing with the Bucks.
Well, that was an interesting move for him to go from Atlanta to Milwaukee. You know, the Hawks were one of the better defensive teams in the league last year. I think that's what the Bucks saw in Drew. And that's the idea for him to really help this team get the most out of its players, particularly defensively.
Here's Burke following the score by John Henson. Looking to get it going. Burke can't get it to go.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
That's his second personal foul.
The Bucks have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. A different look for Utah. Andres Biedrins, who's checked in for Hayward. Rush comes in for Burks, and Lucas subbed in for Burke. He's off on the second.
Kevin, it's disheartening to see them keep missing opportunities to extend the lead at the line. I mean, when you have a chance to put a team away from the line, you want to take advantage of that. You don't want to give them a chance to come back on
you. Here's Knight. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. To the inside. Pachulia, good. Pachulia's got 4 points this quarter.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Will it go? Misses. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Bucks lead by 17. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
Milwaukee leading by 17. Ilyasova is screen on Lucas. Ridnour passes to Ilyasova and stolen by Lucas. Pass to Biedrins. Back to Lucas. Favors with the ball. Dishes to Lucas. 6 on the shot clock. They get it back. And that one's good by Favors. Favors has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Utah. The Bucks shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Now, here's Ridnour. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. Kicks it to Ilyasova. The Bucks working the ball around. Good on the shot. And the Bucks lead by 17.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Now here's Lucas. Williams can't get it to go.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
Here's Mayo. And a miss there on the triple. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Lucas with it. Now guarded by Ilyasova. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Milwaukee.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin, closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
The first free throw is good.
You know, this is a common problem for them, their inability to consistently knock down their free throws.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Andres Viadrich. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Bucks leading by 15. And here is Ridnour. Ridnour gets a screen from Ilyasova. This one for three, and Luke Ridnour gets the three.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
Jazz trail by 18. Now Lucas. He feeds it to Rush. Here's Favors. Can't get it to go. Great defense that time from Ilyasova. To the inside. Here's Butler. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down. A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one.
Well, when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
Here is Lucas after the basket by Milwaukee. He kicks to Rush for three. It's rebounded by Mayo. Mayo's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Sanders. Ilyasova dishes to Sanders. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. A different look for Utah. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Williams. And it's Burke in for Brandon Rush. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Now, here's Ridnour. He's guarded by Burke. Sanders, good.
Well, as they continue to dominate, you wonder just how much higher this lead might get.
I think it really could get out of hand, and you can credit their defense just as much as their offense for that.
Lucas kicks to Burke. Kanter with it. Now defended by Sanders. Here is Lucas. The feed to Kanter. Cans the 12-footer.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Milwaukee leading by 20. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Mayo, the pass to Sanders. Goes back up. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Talk about a terrific game for Sanders. He's got 10 rebounds, and he's knocked down 5 shots at the charity stripe. Good numbers for him.
Yeah, good numbers, and that's been important for his team. They needed some points. He's provided some easy ones at the foul line, so he's making an impact here.
That free throw, no good. Alec Burks checked in for the Jazz. So he comes up empty, missing both.
They're just around 60% from the line for the game right now. They shot it pretty well in the first half, but they've just fallen apart here in the second.
Now here's Burks. Kanter dishes to Hayward. Here's Favors, 6 to shoot. Some solid defense from Sanders.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Ridnour with it, defended by Hayward. Butler kicks to Sanders. Puts up the baby hook, and it comes off the front of the rim. Jazz trail by 20. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. That's good. Cantor's got 4 points this quarter.
His shooting has been so good today, he may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Ridnour with it. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's going to go on Alec Burks.
O.J. Mayo is out of USC. He's in his 6th season in the NBA, fellas, and he was considered the top player in his high school class. Very, very highly regarded. He's yet to be a star at the professional level, but I think he's looking to solidify himself as a quality starter.
That's good for Mayo. And for O.J. Mayo, 6'4" player. Some people saw him as a guy who could play point guard, shooting guard. He's just a player, though. I think he can do a lot of things on the floor.
He's a decent ball handler, but he's a shooting guard. I mean, he can be a little bit of a combo guy, but for the most part, he's out there to score, and most of those points coming off jump shots.
Jazz trail by 20. Now here's Burke. The dish to Burks. The pass to Favors. Dives for it. That's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession.
12 seconds.
Here's Burke. No good on the quick three.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. Tough day so far.
And he gets it to go.
Well, here we go again. An open path to the hoop, an easy 2 points. Where is the defense?
The Jazz have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Pass to Favors. Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Knight. Rejected by Knight. Mayo kicks to Knight. He dishes it to Sanders. Burke grabs the miss. Utah has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And here's Favors. Feeds it to Burke. 6 on the shot clock. Hayward from outside. And that one's good.
You know, offensively, he's just one of those guys that needs a touch of space to get his shot up. That's all. And if he runs his man off a screen or somehow finds an opening, well, that's it. He's going to let that thing go.
And he is a persistent defender too, Steve. I mean, even if he gets caught behind on the break, he'll bust his behind to get back into the play and maybe come up with a block at the last second.
Here's Burke. And the Jazz, another 3.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks, just to get you some open looks like that one.
Knight passes to Butler. A rebound by Hayward. Hayward's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Pass to Burks. Shot on the wing. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Milwaukee leading by 14. Knight dishes to Butler. Butler missing again.
He's got a nice touch on that shot normally, but good defense there clogging the lane.
Burke gets the screen from Cantor. On its way from Hayward for 2. Again, the Jazz score.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Knight kicks to Sanders. Count the bucket. Sanders has got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Burks with it. Now Mayo defending. Burks the pass to Cantor. To the paint. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 12 points on that basket from Burks.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
Here's Knight. Utah with the rebound.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Burks dishes to Burke. Kicks to Burks. He feeds it to Favors. 6 to shoot. With the fadeaway. No good. And Milwaukee the other way now. 22 is their biggest lead. Mayo off the pick from Sanders. Mayo with it. Now guarded by Hayward. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Burke kicks to Burks. Favors in the post. Defended by Ilyasova. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Favors.
That's right where they wanted to go with the ball on that possession.
Now here's Mayo. Here's Sanders. Takes it off the glass. Sanders has got 8 points in the quarter.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Utah calls timeout.
Well, they were getting tired out there. A quick timeout gives them an opportunity to catch their breath.
Feel so blatant, I attribute it, I do me, later for the rest. You live in between the real test. It starts in the mind.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Tyrone Corbin was going over with his team. He told his players, turnovers are killing us right now. We can't keep trying to make the home run play. Settle down, run the offense, and make the simple pass. Kevin, sounds easy enough.
So it's Utah now. They trail by 14. Burke the pass to Hayward. And he banks in the layup. Hayward's got 11 in the second half.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. The defense hasn't been able to set up.
Now, here's Knight. And the dunk by Sanders.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. Find a gap in the defense and attack that rim with force.
He is so good at doing just that.
Maybe as good as anybody. Just so athletic and strong.
Jazz trail by 14. Now Burke. Down low. Here's Hayward. Shot is off. Some solid defense from Butler. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Sanders. Banked in off the glass. Sanders has got 12 points now in the quarter.
And so here we go, just rolling along to the finish line in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Bucks.
You know, Clark, when you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooter.
So you said it all there, Kevin. They were lethal from behind the arc. Well, I think one of the stories has been rebound.
Dishes it to Ilyasova. Wants to get it to Butler and does. And that one's good. And the Bucks lead by 18.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
Burke dishes to Favors. And the rejection by Sanders. And that one's good. 44 seconds left in the fourth. The Bucks shooting 55% in the fourth. They are executing late. Knight kicks to Mayo. Back to Knight. Good.
They got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
Now here's Favors. From 15 feet away. Rebound by Butler.
Now, he thought he could knock that one down, but the defense was really all over him.
Here's Knight. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And now down to Doris Burke, who is courtside, standing by with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Well, Brandon, certainly a nice win, aided in large part by your ability to get your teammates involved. What is your primary focus?
Definitely just get my guys going a lot more and, try to be more of a playmaker. And, I enjoy, seeing, getting guys going and them making shots off my passes.
I think they enjoy it as well, Brandon. Great job. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Brandon Knight.